Can the Wild King and Queen work together in a team? Is it perfect harmony, or do they trip over each other, getting in each other's way in a battle for mana? Well, the mana battle isn't actually too bad, because they both do use green, but apart from that they use opposite colours. The Wild Queen uses purple and brown, and the Wild King uses blue and yellow. So both green, so I'm going to chuck these in an all green team to see if we can generate something which would be good for Guild Wars Green Day. For that we need some pretty fast mana generation for this team. They both require 22, which is quite a bit. So we're going to start with Leprechaun. All battles start with a full mana and explode a load of green gems. What's handy about this is we use 5 out of the 6 colours in this team. The only colours we don't use is red. So pretty much everything that Leprechaun generates is going to go into the team, which actually gets them charged up really quickly. To help them along with this, we're going to have the Essence of Evil. Now this is for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's a just brilliant weapon, whichever way you look at it, but it also generates a ton of mana at the same time. And because it inflicts all negative status effects on an enemy, we can throw this on an enemy, which means we're going to entangle them. Now that is super important, because we're also going to get entangled from Archer class. We're going to make sure we have a Root Trap employed. This means we entangle the first enemy at the start of the battle. So the reason why Entangle is important in this team is because both the Wild King and Wild Queen spell is both kind of similar. They both adjust attack in a slightly different way, but the mix of 22 skulls and green gems for Wild Queen and for the Wild King, 22 skulls and yellow gems is both entirely random, and as such can completely miss. By miss I mean you can cast it and get literally nothing back from that. Sometimes certainly not an extra turn, and you can set up the opposition in a massive way with all those skulls. And the best way to protect against that is to make sure the enemy is entangled. So that is a really good strategy to try and make sure the first 2 troops are entangled. And apart from that, it's just the team will pretty much run itself. What I will say is you don't get carried away with trying to cast the Wild Queen or Wild King whenever you can. It's certainly a good idea to hinder the opposition with Entangle with Essence of Evil first if you can. The banners for this, I'm going to use the Mushroom banner, +2 green, +1 brown, -1 red. Right, now let's show a few battles. Now definitely watch the last one, the Battle 5. It was quite funny because I was in a bit of a rush. My dinner was ready, it had been announced, so I was in a bit of a hurry to finish the video. And I just went for it, just with absolute lust, went wild with these two and ripped through the enemy team in about 20 seconds, which is pretty awesome. So here's the battles we can do. Right, I'm not going to pay any attention to the type of team I'm fighting and whether I should be fighting with this team or not. There are times when you shouldn't use a team I'm fighting. I've got now this one. For example, a Leonis Tower team wouldn't be very good against that. A team like we've got now where we start entangled is not absolutely ideal, but it can still work. If we get a nice quick cleanse, we can do it that way. If we shut down their team, we can do it this way. Let's shut down another one of their team. It's amazing how quickly the Essence of Evil gets charged with this team in Archer class. It's really superb. The Root Trap is really good. The Leaf Storm is making all the difference right now, which we get at the start. Really handy. 30% chance to get dodge skull damage. 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal. Start battles with 50% mana. Absolutely one of my favourite classes. Really superb. Let's cast the Wild Queen anyway. There's no one to steal attack from, but it can still be kind of effective. Let's do it again. Want to try and show something. That's the Wild King, failing to do anything there. We've got the Queen up again. She missed. Oh, we'll grab that for defo. Let's reapply that on the bottom troop, and we've got the Wild Queen and King up again. So you can see how good this is at getting the troops up really quickly, and we've killed the other troop. Now we were entangled for a long time, but now we've recovered and do a lot of damage. We've got all this damage here. We've got Hunter's Mark going on, so we're doing extra damage from that. We've got web on this, but it hardly makes any real difference because this is the damage which we're going to be doing in the first place. And we can cast Wild King instead if we so please. So let's cast the King instead. More damage. You're dead. See you later. Now we can have the Queen's turn. No attack to steal, but it doesn't matter too much. We've got so many skulls going on. We're just wrecking through the opposition. Now let's cast the King instead. Wowzers. Really cool. This really does work well together. I didn't think it would. I thought there'd be a lot of fighting and scrapping over mana, but then when I realised they use opposite colours apart from green, it means you benefit from just about all the mana gained apart from red, which is really cool. So if one fails to cast, then you can cast the other one instead. And from that Leaf Storm, we get stacks of mana and can just go around skull bashing business in a crazy kind of way. Right, let's get the Essence of Evil up. I do like to have the first two troops entangled. It's really beneficial because if you end up killing one of the troops, the troop in first place, for straight away, then if you cast Wild King or Wild Queen and you end up missing with that, or they don't set up any skulls for you, then the opposition is really going to come back at you hard. So I do like to have entangle on the first couple of troops if I can. See, now we can entangle the next one down if we like. We can give these a slap first. Let's now go with the Wild Queen. I like the amount of green and skulls on the board. And the benefit to casting the Wild Queen first is you reduce the attack of who you cast it on. That means if we do kill this opponent here who's just completely smothered in negative status effects, then if we do miss with any skulls with the Wild Queen, then their attack is going to be hardly anything and we're not going to have to worry about any missed skulls. And it didn't matter. Now we can cast the Wild King. And he didn't do a bad job. Not quite as good as what the Wild Queen done, but we can now cast the Leprechaun again. This is going to get the team charged up once more. Let's... oh, we got plenty. Yeah, because Hunter's Mark, remember, on the 4 of a kind, we got a 4 match anyway. But even if it was a single skull hit, this is still going to be enough because of the extra damage you get from Hunter's Mark. So this is a really good team so far. I am really enjoying using it. There was a bit of a yin and yang about it, risk versus reward when it comes to this. If the colours don't start off in your favour, if you don't start off with a decent amount of green, it can be hard work and it can make the other team start, give them a bit of a heads up. Oh, this is going to be an interesting team to try against because this is the typical kind of team you will find on Guild Wars on Green Day, because Persistence deals double skull damage versus green enemies, and we have all green enemies, and also deals, in this case, 50 damage to an enemy and a random enemy, and if the enemy uses green, which we do, deals double damage. So let's see how well it does against this team. This is a really good test. But what has impressed me so far is how quickly the whole team just gets its mana, because we've lost our storm. There's somebody else creating a bone storm, and that has overridden our storm on priority of order. When we start with our storm, you may have missed it at the beginning, but it would have been green immediately. That's our storm, which is the Nature's Aura, but I presume the hero has a storm going on. Or someone's got a storm. Who's got the storm going on? Who's got a storm? Someone's got a storm because it's changed to a bone storm. Anyway, so, oh, it's him. It's me. Duh. So anyway, right, let's carry on. That was a bit of a brain fart moment. Anyway, we've got our Essence of Evil up, so we'll cast that on their Persistence. And he's gone already. Wow. We're frozen on green, but I wanted to get the green because Wild King is now ready to go. All but a couple of mana. Shrug that onto them, one hit and they are gone. Now what should we do? We'll get that anyway. Lots of damage. Now we're just one skull hit away from dealing with them as well, and wow. Yeah, this has surprised me. This is working far better than I envisaged it might at first. But it's so cool when they both get charged, get literally given the choice, one or the other. Oh, that's not a proper team, can't do that. So really effective, and I may well give this a spin on Guild Wars Day. I'm started off in Tangled at the moment. This is a hindrance to us. This is going to make this game interesting. But let's give Leprechaun a cast anyway. We gain almost all the mana that he generates from that, which is a really cool thing about this team. Now let's get our Essence of Evil up again and shut down their Zolgoth, because that's the most dangerous thing here. And a lot of red now, not a lot of colours in our favour, but let's cast this anyway. 3 attack, I'm not too worried about the skull hits right now. Wild Queen done a good job of reducing that. That's actually done me a favour, them changing the order of the team around, so I actually thank them for that. Well done, you stupid giant toad. Let's cast our Wild King. That's going to be double damage on him, so he's going to be deaded. Oh wow, that was a bit unlucky, wasn't it? Oh well. It happened. You're not always going to get that kind of luck, so take that, what happened there, with a pinch of salt. And purple. And get this red anyway. And another death. And one hit from this is going to do the job. So this is... yeah, it's flying through the opponents at the moment, even when we get a little bit of bad luck. Right, let's just do one more, as I have just been informed my dinner is ready. Yum yum, it smells nice. Ah, can't do that. We'll go through a rope dart, the Wild King and Leprechaun. So, the kings and queens against the king. Right, I'm going to try and do this quickly now. Let's start with that. Let's do Wild King. Let's get some mana going. Let's cast Wild Queen. Yeah, see you later. And Bob's your auntie. There it is. Yeah, I think they work pretty good together. So, will I risk it on Guild Wars Green Day? I may just give it a go. Well, there's a video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful or helpful, be cool if you hit that like and subscribe button. It all helps, and I appreciate it very much. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.